And we are live, and the doors of the sanctum have been unlocked and open for the week. Welcome everyone back to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I am your illustrious host, Widow's Son. My one of my awesome co-hosts, Splicer, is backstage. Also, Sir Hatman is also backstage as well. I'm going to bring them in just a moment. Today is a very special episode indeed. Um, did one 1 year ago today, and that's actually when we had Frank and or not Frank, but Bran and Billy on from the Geek Room. Um, but today is, of course, as many of you saw in the Discord and on Twitter, today is the 6 year anniversary of when I lost my father. And before I brought everybody in, I just wanted to just take a moment to um, as I always say, the support that you guys have for all of us here means a lot. And there have been a lot of kind words said to me in various social media places today. And um, it has been a good and low day for me as it is every year. Um, Today, be sharing some stories about the man. If you guys want to know something about him, I mean, please feel free to ask. I'll be glad to answer anything that I can. But I want to just take a moment to tell everyone that um, if you if you were as close to your dad as I was, or if your dads are still here, and I certainly hope that they are. Just always remember to take a moment every day to tell them that you love them, because I sure do. I do every day. I just take a moment to tell mine that I love him and I miss him terribly. But I know he's listening. Still likes to pull practical jokes on me from time to time from the great beyond. But that what could I what could I expect? I know he wants to let me know he's still around somewhere. But we're still going to have a good show today, and still going to have a good time as always. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream for us. Hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on, come and join us every week because we always have a good time. And so I'm going to bring my two awesome guests in. There's Mr. Splicer and my YouTube mentor. Always a pleasure to speak to you, sir. How are you?
Evening windows. It's cold. We have snow here.
Oh, do you now?
Mm.
It is not snowing here yet.
About how deep is it so far?
Well, not as deep as I can go.
And we've been canceled. So thanks everyone for tuning in. It was nice while it lasted.
Oh
Bye.
man,
My job here is done. I came, I saw, I duped.
that's the spirit.
Indeed. Splicer, how are you, my friend?
Hi, doing good as always. Um, I will say my response to you is my father's no longer with us, but I barely knew him in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know everybody's situation is different. I understand that, completely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that there are situations where people don't have good relationships with their parents. I get that. Um, but when I lost mine, it just made me realize that, I need to take a little more time every day to tell people like my mom, my friends, my family, you guys, that I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was it was a shaking moment of immortality or of mortality for me, definitely. Um, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I know everybody's situation is different, but it just kind of just over the years, it's just kind of opened up something in me to do that. Um, and it it's slowly working its way for the better, which is good. Um, I find as I get older, I'm just trying to chill out a little bit more.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's true. I mean, I can't be that seething asshole that I used to be back in my younger years. I mean, certainly Hatman can contest to that as well.
Do you
never
really
know.
want me to betray your sordid history?
Well, I wasn't being disrespectful when I said that, sir.
Story time.
No, I'm talking about you can understand where I'm coming from also from your side of the coin.
Yeah, I guess. Mm,
Oh,
maybe.
don't try to get modest now, sir. As
Right,
long as
maybe.
I've known you, in some cases modesty is not really your strong suit.
Modesty is my natural suit.
Well, okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. So today, because of what day it is, I have asked our guests to join me in a drink for the man himself, and I actually stopped and got some of his favorite beer yesterday. So I haven't opened it yet. So it has been officially opened. So if you gentlemen will just raise your glass with me uh, to the man, the myth, the legend, and Daddy, wherever you are, I love you and I miss you dearly. Here's to you. Ugh. Whew. Ugh. Nothing like the first sip of a beer, but Hatman apparently had a bad effect with some recently.
Yeah,
Hmm?
beer doesn't agree with me.
Ah.
It's more
And
devastating than spirits.
well, now wait a minute. Now I seem to recall a set of live streams, maybe just a little over a year or so back, where there was a case of Corona involved for several weeks.
Yeah, but Corona's a lager. It's not a beer.
But it's
It's
disgusting
also
as well.
it is. It's disgusting. It's also piss weak. But when I was drinking BrewDog, which fair enough, it tastes nice. It's a good beer, but yeah, just absolutely obliterated me.
Well,
I'm sure the
I
few
mean,
whiskeys beforehand didn't have anything to do with it, but mixing
oh
it is
yeah,
where the
oh, no,
problem was.
oh no, I don't think so at all, sir. That's a very important lesson that I also learned from the man is never if you're going to drink one or the other, do not mix the two. And if you're going to, do it very modestly, um, or in moderation, or whatever you want to call it. Um, there have been a few occasions where I wish I had listened to him. Uh, um, just a quick example: a half gallon of Jack Daniels and two liters of Coke later. So, and then half a case of beer. Uh,
That's the spirit.
what are you drinking this evening, sir?
I just have my Captain Morgan. Very
Indeed,
standard. I know. So basic.
I'm guessing that Hatman has a skull full of good whiskey there next to him somewhere.
Well, I don't know if it counts as good. I mean, it's honey jack. It tastes good.
I tried that the Apple Crown Royal a while back. That actually wasn't too bad. Um, Granted, I don't really drink whiskey that much anymore. Um, but that one was actually pretty good. I was surprised. Um, the Jack Daniels is apple is pretty good from what I hear. Um, but I don't buy liquor that often. Uh, so, Hatman, since you and I haven't spoken in a while, what's new with you? Your live streams seem to be going fairly well.
Yeah. This thing was taken off quite nicely the last few weeks, thanks to Wajime. Got a few shout outs from a couple of big channels, including Bearing.
So this
That's Dankular and their little 3-way podcast. So, okay, I'll take that.
so this guy you've been covering recently, James Clark, is that his
Yeah.
name? Um, of course, my schedule's been really strange lately, and I try to keep up as much as I can. But who exactly is this person?
Jimmy's a very weird individual. Daywave found him because they look like obviously the lolcows, kind of like anybody else does. They found him and they laughed and basically were mocking him because he seemed like he was simping on this girl for like six years and he had a really shitty haircut. And then it started getting really deep. It was just like, oh, just gonna look at a few videos and then start looking at more videos, and it just got really creepy. It's like this guy is.
It's quite a rabbit hole there, yeah.
Yeah, it was like. It's like when Jared Genesis was there. It's like, oh, he's just like this stupid little creepy person. And you start going through all the lore.
Same tone.
Just a huge hole. But yeah, it's kind of like that.
The Jared thing wasn't a rabbit hole as much as it was an abyss.
It was so interesting, though.
Same.
Come on.
No, that was an abyss that if you stare into it too long, it will stare back at you, and it's scary. Thank God that he's no longer around.
I watched a different podcast cover him a lot.
That's actually how Sir Hatman and I met. He was covering him quite a bit, and I reached out to him and offered to help him find stuff if he missed it or whatever. And lo and behold, here we are going on 2 years later, and he and I are still friends. So
is it only 2 years, or is it nearly 3 now?
Is it? Well,
it just all blurs together now.
Well, I mean, you do drink a lot too, so
and there's been a lot of drama, a few pandemics, and what else has happened? Communities have imploded.
Man, I can't believe this episode is 87.
I was going to bring that up here in just a minute. Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize, it didn't hit me until last night,
bro.
Right. I was just like, well, Splicer was definitely gonna, come on for the 87th episode, and here he is already on the show. And then, look what day it is. So, it's was definitely some synchronicity, as it's called, with everything. But yeah, the whole the Jared thing was just, and it got sicker and sicker and sicker as it continued.
And he just got crazier and crazier and crazier as it continued.
He actually showed up on the podcast that I watched.
I mean, last night was really good fun because Eliana, who's the object of his affection, was in the stream from the beginning. So she was in for about all 5 hours of it, and he was lurking around in it. He was lurking in it. He came around for 10 minutes or so. He must have been watching, and then obviously got the notification, came in. As soon as she commented, he started commenting. And then it was I think he put out 3 or 4 videos during the course of it, just getting progressively angrier and angrier. Yeah, I win. I've got the screenshot which says she says it's nice to be part of the community. Her soul is now mine. I win.
Check and mate. But that I watched a little bit of it last night, and I went and saw my mom yesterday. We got to do our Thanksgiving because I actually had to work on Thanksgiving. And then my cousin and I and Doc, actually, it's like I've said before, Doc and I have known each other since high school, and he just happened to be in town, and that's the first time he and I have seen each other face to face in 5 or 6 years. We talk on Facebook and everything like that all the time, but my cousin and Doc and myself, we went and saw the new Ghostbusters yesterday.
Oh yeah.
and it was absolutely incredible. It was amazing, even. Um,
I think they did a really good job.
um, Hatman, do you plan on seeing this, or are you gonna wait until it appears somewhere?
I'll probably wait till it goes on streams. I'm not a big cinema fan.
That was the first time I'd been to the movies in I don't know how long. Like I haven't stepped foot in a movie theater since the first Suicide Squad, if that tells you anything.
I think Halloween was the first movie I had seen in quite a while in theaters.
But I mean, I'm not gonna give anything away for those who have not seen it. Oh, and I see that Rigzilla is here. What's up, sir? Um,
Oh yeah,
but it was it held your attention. Paul Rudd did an amazing job. Um, for those of you who love the first two movies as much as myself and Splicer, if you've watched those movies as many times as I have, there are a ton of Easter eggs in that movie.
just a lot of little references, fan
Oh,
service, and
oh yeah. Um,
yeah,
my
it had a
favorite,
pretty good tone.
yeah, one of my favorites was right there towards the end, and the inevitable question from the first movie got asked a second time, and and both of them just stand there. It's like, come on, Ray. Just,
You can tell they knew the source material really well.
oh yeah, oh
Stayed
yeah.
true to it, and didn't really talk about 2016 at all.
The part that one of the parts that did get me is while the credits were rolling, because obviously with a movie like this you want to stay until after the credits to see if something appears,
Mm-hmm.
and the name Sigourney Weaver appeared, and I'm like, she wasn't in the movie. And then there's a little cut scene in the credits, and there she is. I'm like, really?
God, dude.
I'm like,
Got
what
'em.
a oh yeah, it was a total shocker. I'm like, wait a minute, she wasn't in the movie. Um, it confused me for a moment. Um, and the scene that they were recreating from the first movie was priceless. Absolutely priceless. Um,
Yeah. The theater I went to was really cool. So like before you sit down and watch the movie, the screen is playing like old TV commercials about like the merch and stuff that's sold, like the cereal boxes and all this like all the toy sales and stuff. It was a very cool theater how it like would show behind the scenes of like the making of the first two movies, and yeah, super cool.
I've the one I mean I was really, and me and pretty much everybody in the theater, like we were really excited to see Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, or Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson
Mhm.
come back. But even though the part was small,
I still
Ernie
couldn't afford them.
well no. um,
Like
Ernie
like,
Hud no Ernie
to pay them.
Hudson Winston got like a really big push in this one, like the whole backstory that they had told
Mhm.
about what he was doing, and since the company folded and everything like that. And I really appreciated that they gave him a little bit more depth this time, because he he had a it was kind of small in the first one, and it just a little bit more in the second one, but this one, while still, I think it made a bigger impact to me.
Mhm.
uh but no, it was so amazing to watch. I couldn't believe it.
There was like maybe 9 people in our theater, and they all like laughed out loud. Like they really like it was a good time. Like literally, the guy like 2 seats down because he was like in the same row as us. He was like saying little jokes like back and forth, like do you remember this thing or It was great.
Oh, me and my cousin and I, like, we were sitting there, just like we would see something or somebody would say something that would remind us of something from one of the first or second movie, and we were just sitting there, kind of just throwing random lines out from the first two movies during this one. Oh,
Yeah, it was a genuinely fun experience in the theater with other people.
oh yeah, definitely. But no, the so the going back to what we were talking about with Hatman just a minute ago. So the person who is the object of his affection, uh does she actually know who he is, like, in person, or is this just strictly like a social media stalker kind of thing?
Fortunately, just social media. from what she, well, you can say there's always two sides to a story, but I kind of incline to believe hers more than his, mostly because his never stacks up. But yeah, they're obviously part of like some Facebook groups that like discuss politics or something like that. So he's obviously had a latent interest in the kind of politics that she was in. They had some like back and forth through Facebook comments, maybe some DMs, something like that. And obviously he just went full on creep and was like, "Oh, I love you, and I'm gonna relocate down to Argentina, and we're gonna be together, and I want you
That's
to
a lot
have
of
my
work.
babies." And it's like, dude, you're a fucking psycho.
Um, it he sounds like excuse me, he sounds like a very much stranger version of the Wern,
Yeah,
almost.
probably not too far away. He's not stupid. I'll give him that. He's not completely stupid. He is completely socially inept. He doesn't read cues, obviously. Um, but yeah, he has that similar sense of delusion, but not like the Vern, where it's like I'm entitled to all of these, like, you know, hot, young, fertile women. He just fixates on the one. So
That
yeah,
Well, at least
might
he's loyal, right?
that might actually be worse, because in the case of the Vern, he's just so like randomly throwing out about people who may or may not exist. But James is like fixated on one person from when she was 19 through till now, and he's dropped enough information that we found her within like 30 seconds of searching the details that he's put out about her. It's like, we know where she works, we know who she is, we don't know where she lives, but then we're not really trying to find that out. But if he was going to
right.
go down there, he could just literally go down, wait outside her office, and just follow her home.
True.
I
Wow.
mean, the videos that I have seen on your streams when I've been trying to catch up, I saw the one that you showed where he was about to fly down to where she lived.
That's been ongoing since, yeah, he had his ticket before the pandemic landed, and they keep rolling it over until flights are
Got him.
restored and everything. So it's like, yeah, stop whining about it, you bitch, because I was booked to fly to Philadelphia the week before they closed the borders, and I got my money back.
There's like
I just
so
asked
many
for it.
stories of that.
And so he had his ticket, the pandemic hit, and he obviously didn't get to go. But from what I gather, he's in the midst of trying to still go down there.
Well, now he claims he's not. Now he claims he doesn't want to talk to her again. He wants nothing to do with her. He blames her for everything, basically. It's nothing to do with him. So he's getting trolled, and it's like, it's all her fault. Like, well,
Oh, of
no, it's
course.
your
We
fault
can
because
have
you've done
self-pity.
all of this. But he's open. Like, I mean, his email is like fascist Clark, and he brazenly and proudly announces this. And it's like, oh, I'm getting trolled. And like, yeah, but you led all of these trolls down this 19, 20-year-old, you know, Hispanic girl in Argentina, and she's getting shit because of you, and that's bad. But like, no,
Ac-
no, I'm getting shit. No, you know what, James, you've hounded her for 6 years. Well, now it's time. It hasn't even been 6 months, and he's reading and whining. It's been about 6 weeks. So yeah, James, we're like 152 of the way there. I did say if he stopped doing it, I'll stop roasting him. I'll keep doing it as long as he does it.
right.
Oh,
Um,
Exactly. I mean, As long as I'm up to date with him, it doesn't take too long to roast his new stuff. But I'll keep hammering him as long as he keeps putting it out.
Have you invited him to come talk to you?
He's been invited. He's blocked me. He's unblocked me. He reblocked me last night. So, well, that wins. Congratulations. See, the first person I'm aware of who's blocked me, unblocked me, and then reblocked me.
That you know of, anyway.
Imagine being curious enough to
Yeah.
unblock somebody.
I mean, he'd come on, but I had Raz and Maureen on the stream last night. They came into the chat, and I mean, you know what Raz is like. She's absolutely savage, and she was on last week, I think, as well. Again, absolutely savage. He hates me and he hates her, and I like it.
Hatman's pants became shorts for rather quickly.
Yes, they did.
You just get that hate boner. That's what you.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
No, but I've watched. Like I said, I've watched a little bit here and there what you've been showing, and I've been trying to grasp the whole thing. I'm thinking, okay, she is clearly not into you. Like, why is it so hard to just say, okay, I get it, and go about your day? You know, it's clearly an unhealthy obsession. It's clearly an unhealthy obsession.
I mean, even by his own admission. I mean, when I did the video 3 or 4 weeks ago, I deliberately left out the new stuff because it was being covered in the stream. So I went right back to the very beginning, the oldest ones I could get from his channel. And he deleted a bunch where he's clearly kind of like last night, where he had some, massive rage spurg outs and everything. So he deleted those ones, but he didn't take down the apology ones where it was obviously, I'm sorry I did that, but there was always the mitigation. But you made me, or you have to understand these people, you blah blah blah. So I was like, it's been going on since 2017 when he set that channel up. So that's at least how long it's been going. And by his mission, he's known her for 6 years, or known of her for 6 years. That takes her back to 19 years old. So it's a 19-year-old girl who's fresh out of college or university, hasn't started a career yet. And she's got this 33-year-old loser from Philadelphia who's basically stalking her across the internet. And it's bad enough that she literally cannot have a social media footstep or footprint at all, because he found her on Facebook several times. He found her on LinkedIn, which is obviously a professional LinkedIn page. He was raging at someone she did an interview with, which was a professional interview as part of the job, and he started stalking that guy. He found her through Goodreads of all things. So like anything where she's got a digital footprint and you can actually message
looked her up on every
copy
single website.
Yeah, yes. And he keeps saying, "Well, you haven't spoken to me for." It's like, no shit. She hasn't spoken to you for 3 years. She hadn't spoken to him or sent any messages until this found its way to Daywave, and they brought her on, and she was on camera. I mean, she's stunning. She's absolutely gorgeous. But she's fun as well. She's so down to earth. You'd think, oh, she's going to be uptight or she's like snobbish, but she's very smart. She's absolutely gorgeous. She does have a really good job. She's like a full-blown career professional, and she's got this, lantern-jawed Farquaad lookalike chasing her down for years. And she comes on, and it's the first time she's actually been able to go on a platform and articulate what's happened to her. Because she can't do it herself, because if she does, he's all over her social media. He's pulling her friends, he's pulling her family. But obviously when she jumped on Daywave, she's insulated from that. She can actually clap back, and she's got someone who's going to effectively be a referee. And she gave him hell. She told him to cut his own throat.
Oh my God.
They manipulate you. It's like, James, you utterly retarded gimp. They didn't. She said that. They said, no, you can't say that. They literally said, you can't say that. It was in Minecraft. So they put all the disclaimers on there. But I was like, yeah, she hates him. She came on a few days later and said, I'm sorry for saying that, because obviously she caused that little ruckus. It could have caused them problems. So then he did this whole video saying, "I accept your apology." She wasn't talking to you, you fucking tard. No, she did not reference you at all. She was literally apologizing for saying to kill yourself on someone's show that could have caused them enough trouble.
True.
It is funny. In
That's
an
some
abstract
heavy
way, it's
drama.
kind of funny.
Oh,
But now
man.
she's always in Daywave during the days, but she's also in my streams now on the Friday nights or the Saturdays if I'm on long enough, she'll come up because obviously Argentina's 6-7 hours behind. So if she's home, she'll come in for a few hours, and she's got the banter that the rest of us do. She's perfectly rational, perfectly normal. But she said she's so sick of it because it's been constant for 6 years. It's like every day, every time she tries to go online, if she leaves a trail, he's there. If he finds an email, he sends it. If he finds an article, he'll backtrace it. He posts videos constantly to YouTube with her name, with her first name, her surname, where she lives. You can find.
He's got to
doxed
be.
her multiple times.
I mean, is there not some kind of international law that he's breaking?
You see the rules of the internet.
Well, no. I mean, this is. I mean, obviously, this is very serious. I mean, there's clear stalking and harassment, like things like this. I mean, this is a very serious situation.
Yeah, well, she says she's yeah, she says that she's like filed I don't know what it would be, but like complaints, whatever, to like through the government, local government or something, so that it should flag up if he tries to enter the country. So if he tries, then he should be
screwed there.
Yeah,
I mean, really, what she? Go ahead.
No, she could I don't exactly know how the procedure would work, but I presume you could like flag it and report this as a person of concern, and he's threatening me, he's harassing me. He could be a threat to my safety, and put it on there.
I mean,
and
really,
flag it up.
Yeah, I mean, really, what she could do? I mean, she could try to go to like the U.S. consulate and talk to somebody from the State Department.
I think she said she was trying to get she was going to try and get like a restraining order filed through like a U.S. attorney to do it that way. But I presume that might be a bit finicky. But if she can do it, I'm sure she will do it, because I know that Royce and them and Daywave have been. I know that Royce and Daywave have been helping her a lot. So I don't know if they'll like do some like power of attorney. But I don't know how it will work. But she's in contact with them, and they're in Florida, so they're obviously within the U.S. So if they can assist, they will.
Well, that's good that people are helping her. I mean, but definitely, one of the. I mean, if it were me, I would have told her to go to the U.S. consulate, speak to someone from the State Department, see what they can do, or see what they can tell you or point you in the right direction. Because I mean, clearly,
the funny thing was, he said in his video yesterday that he contacted the Argentinian consulate in Buenos Aires. It's like, I didn't pick up on this. Adonis Paul picked up on this one. Like, okay, so now we know you're lying, because there would not be an Argentinian consulate in Buenos Aires.
Imagine how many emails this guy has to make all the alt accounts.
Probably has a few, but I know someone's running ops to troll him.
Oh, okay.
Just waiting for that to bear fruit. Whoever the mystery team is behind it, but obviously he's now got this obsession with this Galena character. The thinking was originally that he was doing it himself to sort of like make Eliana jealous. And some of the back and forth between these two lovebirds, as it were, it's got like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Why are you literally talking in Facebook comments like 30 seconds apart? That's about how long it would take you to switch from one account to the other on your phone. You talking to yourself on a sock account, James?
Or from phone to computer.
He hasn't got a computer. He's only got a phone.
Oh, well.
All right.
Okay. Well, pardon me, old hell.
Are all of these videos like other mobile videos? That's why. Okay. Let's look at his channel.
They're all fucking portrait mode.
Portrait mode.
Yeah, so it's a major pain in my dick every time I download them and want to reload them to use, because I've got to convert them into 720 so they'll actually display properly in my OBS.
Yup.
And you just
It's
got
like,
that
you
face
asshole.
staring at you.
Every time,
Yeah.
man.
It's like, you asshole, can you just do it in fucking landscape and make my life easier? Because I've got to put this in while I'm streaming. I've got to render it while I'm streaming. It's in the background. It gets done. You'll hear a bing. It's like, yeah, it's done. I can play it.
Well, you can turn
Like,
that
you
Bing
pathetic
off.
twat. No, I have it on so I can hear it. I know it's done because it's behind about 10 different screens.
I have my
I mean,
system.
have you never seen Hatman's background? He's got like,
You are
like
correct.
30 or 40 monitors behind him at all times. I mean, come on. That wall and
That's
shit that you see on his
that's
streams,
that's an old background
that's
now.
I was about to say, like the background you see now on his streams, that's all an illusion. You remove that green screen and it's just monitors everywhere. That's all it is.
It's actually a harem now. I relocated. I've just got a bunch of girls in various bikinis and lingerie, and well, that one's not wearing it at all. So yeah, that's fine.
Where the
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
is
yeah.
my? Where in the hell is
But,
mine? Why was I not invited to check this out? That's sad.
pinch your nipples, bitch. Pinch them. Yeah, like that.
This is how
All
you
right,
treat your apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
correct.
when you
Touche.
well, it's like an initiation. You know, every Jedi has to build their own lightsaber, so therefore you have to build your own harem.
Oh man.
Too true. Too true. But I mean, what is the? It seems to me like, I mean, obviously this is he's clearly creepy, like after this girl, but I'm running out of words that I can possibly think to use to describe this situation, because I've never, like, I've heard stories of things like this that I have turned more serious, but this one,
This one's bad.
this
It seems pretty bad,
yeah,
yeah.
this one's just like a fucking oh my god head shake, you know.
This one is so bad. The first time the first time I covered him on a stream, it was the first time most of us had been watching. I was aware of him from day wave. They'd had him on had his videos on 2 days before, I think. So I went in and I went over some of the those same videos, and I didn't watch them all the way through. So there was like a couple I hadn't watched, and like the first one we went through, it was just like hair stands up the back of my neck. It's like, this guy is a potential wife beater, domestic violence perpetrator. This is the kind of guy who, if this was a woman in his area, I could quite easily imagine him, cornering maybe not necessarily abducting, but someone who would harm a woman, basically. If he did get a girlfriend, if he did have a wife, she would be a bad spouse. I would stake my kidneys on that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a good thing he's obsessed with some girl online then.
Well, yeah, but
Like on the other side of
it's
the
only good that she's
continent or whatever.
physically safe. She's
Yeah,
physically
she's
safe, but only to a
not
point.
near him.
Exactly, but the problem is that the damage he's doing to her reputation and her career is substantial. I mean, she's literally kind of got to tell her employers that, there's this guy in America who's stalking her. So it's like she can't. There's like stuff that she cannot do because it'll give her a media profile on like the company's website. So that's how he found her when she was doing this interview with this other guy. It's like it was on the LinkedIn. So it's like from her LinkedIn, spying on that, he found his and started harassing this guy who was a colleague, or I'm not sure if it was someone who was interviewing her or the other way around. But yeah, it was like just a random professional interview. That's what it was, and he just fucking freaked out. Oh, you're stalking her, she's mine, and all this. That it's like, you are fucking psycho, mate.
Bro, she just wants a job, man. Sheesh. Oh man.
But like I said, when I was burning him and having one of those real talk moments, it's like, dude, you have literally been stalking this woman almost her entire adult life. She's effectively left school or college, and one of the first things she's done is run into you. And 6 years later, she's got a career, and you are there. You've been there every step of the way, giving her shit. Her career suffered for it. Her relationships have suffered for it. She has no online friends, really, unless she's really careful. Yeah, so it's like the most number of friends she's got now are the people who are literally savaging this asshole day in, day out. Because, well, to us it's usually fun, but it's taken a dark turn. So we do mock him, but it's still kind of got that overriding dark element. It's like, stop it, just stop it.
I assume he has a lot of like trolls on him now.
He does.
I'm sure there's an army.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I haven't participated myself, but I'm in a few troll discords, so we need to spread the word.
I think the problem. I mean, I know that I don't know if Rick's still watching, but I know Rick was going to cover my suggestion that he didn't, because whereas Rick's obviously pretty much got addressed you down pat. James is a different kettle of fish, and I think with that, the fewer people that's involved with him, the better, because the way he does it is he reacts to the people who are quote unquote trolling him, but he spins it back to blame it on her, or the people, or that she's been manipulated. So you'll say, oh, she's got an IQ, she's 148, she's a very smart, very beautiful woman, but she made a stupid mistake. She was manipulated. She was lied to. It's like, no, she wasn't. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was getting into. AP covers her a little bit, but from his point of view, he doesn't get that deep into it. He kind of does it purely from a mockery kind of way. But it's more Daywave and myself who are giving him the in-depth critical dissection, because they'll cover him for like an hour and a half every day all week. I'll cover him for like 2 to 3 hours in the stream, so he's getting a lot of coverage from the two of us. And personally, it is kind of fun to just rip on him because he is stupid. But not stupid.
I mean, honestly, the videos that I have seen, he kind of starts out and then he just repeats himself over and over again. Because I think that I've heard the same sentence about how long he's known her or whatever, like at least more than a dozen times. I mean, he just and honestly, it just all sounds like a broken record, to be honest with you. Because it sounds like
it's almost like he's convincing himself, and the length of his videos when I'm going through the streams, I don't obviously we kind of go in sequence. I don't go back and like replay and analyze them. When I did the standalone video, it was a regular theme in those videos that when he was apologizing, he kept repeating the same point, but would change slightly with every recounting of it. And by the end of a 4 or 5 or 6 minute video, his view would completely change. So he'd start out, I'm sorry, I screwed up, this thing. And by the end of it, it's like he's not sorry anymore, or he is quote unquote sorry, but it's not for the reason he started out with, and the blame falls on someone else. He's sorry he didn't see it coming and guide them, whatever it might be. It's gone from I fucked up to I'm sorry that you fucked up. So it's like the more he does it, the more he repeats, the more he tells himself. It's almost like the Donald Trump mantra: just keep saying it. If you say it, they will believe it. He does believe it. He talks himself into it.
I mean, clearly he lives in a constant state of denial.
She lived in the Nile. Cement shoes in Minecraft. Call of Duty.
I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. How the point has not gotten across. I mean, he's clearly mentally ill. He's got to be. He has to suffer from some kind of mental illness.
Yeah, he does. He's the thing about his channel, it goes back to 2017, but it covers a lot of stuff. There's obviously a lot of this Eliana stuff in there, but there's also a lot of stuff which would actually be decent content if people are interested in it. So he'll talk about nutrition, he'll talk about exercise, he'll talk about South American history or politics or religion, and that's fine. That's all perfectly harmless, and it's going to appeal to some people, not to me, but to some people, and I've got no problem with that. But there was two other aspects to what he often covered, that was interesting. One, he hates any sort of psychiatric or psychological science. He thinks it's all a con, it's all fake, it's all bullshit. But he also
Sounds like a
slipped up.
Scientologist.
Well, he kind of slipped up when he was talking about his own health, and he said he had a cardiac event. And when he said this was before I found that video, but we all thought, yeah, bullshit. He's just talking out of his ass. But when I was going through, he did have a few videos around about the same time, which was describing. It's like, okay, all right, it makes sense. He's actually telling the truth on this one. And I think his view is that whatever medication he was on at that time from the psychiatrist, because he was seeing somebody, that's possibly had the side effect, and it's maybe, I don't know, giving them hypertension or something, and it's caused them to have a some short term or some minor issue with his heart and giving them an arrhythmia or something like that. So that just kind of validates it's all bullshit. So he won't do it now. So he does need it. He's clearly been on it, and there's. I mean, probably have to ask Maureen more than anyone else who could possibly clue in the inside, but there seems to be some evidence that he has spent time in a psychiatric unit, and after discharge, he's then been employed at that unit. It's just like in a janitorial capacity. So he's definitely had them. That's a definite certainty. He's definitely had some psychiatric problems, but he will not seek treatment for them now.
That and that right there is the scary part. The one of the elements that makes it more terrifying. I mean, I'm certainly not condemning anyone that has some type of mental issue or of some kind. I mean, myself, I do. But in this situation, it definitely makes it more terrifying, because you don't really know what his next move is going to be.
Well, if he's to believe, his next move will be to do nothing. He says he wants nothing to do with her anymore. He's not going to talk about her anymore. He pretty much said, leave me alone. It's like, well, she's not doing anything. It's the trolls that you've brought upon yourself that's giving you shit now. So you're whining about her doing this, but it's not her doing this anymore. You kind of opened the door to all of this. And now you're unhappy because other people are involved and giving you the same kind of shit that you've been giving them. It's like, they're harassing me, they're harassing my family. Well, he's got no family, so that's a lie. But they're harassing me, harassing my friends. He's got no friends. That's a lie. And he's not going to say they're harassing my colleagues because he doesn't have a job and he hasn't for years.
Like, if this guy like even has a family, like how do you think they would react to him doing this online?
They probably would have cut him off by now.
Like, sheesh.
Like, just get it through your head that this is not a thing. Like, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, well, what we've got is he drops hints here and there, so there's been a lot of collating from different places now, and he's been around long enough. There's been enough time to sort of dig. So as far as we know, that he's been alone, or at least he hasn't had parents since he was about 16. We think, but not 100%, but we think his dad committed suicide and his mom was an addict of some sort, and that's possibly why he's got such an issue and wants to kind of almost, because he tries to be very paternal towards Eliana and now with this Galena. It's like he's very infantilizing towards them. It's always kiddo and I'll take care of you. And so, like, well, you're not going to take care of Eliana for one thing. She's going to be keeping your ass if you went to Argentina. Even if she take you, what are you going to do? You sweep streets? Something? Yeah, she'll bring home her like $200,000 whatever job, how much she gets paid. We joke because like, yeah, she gets more than fucking Royce and Mersh and all of Daywave put together. And it's like, yeah, okay. It's like, we don't mind. It's like, yeah, do you want to? Do you want a fat Cuban to come and marry or something? But yeah, but we'll all simp on Eliana for that kind of money. And like I say, she is a looker. She is a looker.
Yo, look at that! Look at what Rixella said in chat.
One sec. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what he was doing because see if I'll just jump into his community tab. If he's talking about her now. What is this? Eliana, yes, you did. I only posted this crap sheet. Royce definitely. So he's pulling up old screenshots. I don't think. Yeah, that's a sock. That one.
Oh, he uploads multiple times in a day. Sheesh.
I mean, he pulls up shit from all sorts of external sources. He's got one there from Adonis Paul. James Clark, the only man sad enough to block you but unblock and go through your community. James Clark, comment. The only man sad enough to block you but unblock and go look at your community posts. I'm sure your wrist is strong compared to mine, James, because I have more sexual experience than self-abuse. Keep trying, bud. Tell us more about your Grindr account we have screenshots of. And James retweets that or shares it to his tab, whatever. This limp-wristed computer nerd with a bad ticker thinks I'm important enough to stalk. Like, yeah, well, what's your point? He's also entertaining, and he's got AP's like 40, and he's got like a 26-year-old Canadian girlfriend. It's like, yeah, he's so limp-wristed. He's like banging someone who's like pretty much in her prime. It's like, okay, yeah, James. Meanwhile, you stalk someone who's pretty much got a restraining order out on you, which you keep. Well, if it's official yet, you keep breaching it. But he is bad. He's bad. I like him because he's like, yeah, keep clapping back at me, bitch, because I'll do you inside out, upside down. I ain't scared.
It's like, just bring it.
Oh, this is a good one. I sexualize attractive women. I don't objectify them. There's a big difference.
What?
Exactly. See, this is the kind of thing I look at and I just think, okay, let me just shoot myself in the head, remove 50 IQ points, and that might make sense. I sexualize attractive women. I don't objectify them. There's a big difference. Well, since I'm blocked, I can't comment, but I can share it to my community tab.
Aha. There you go.
Loophole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this aggravates the shit out of me because he can't stop me from doing it.
See,
What
YouTube has some
shall
good
I-
features. Minus the lack of dislike button.
Let's see.
I'm
We'll tag
still-
him as well because I don't want to. I
can
don't want him
still
not
see
to
them.
know. Let's see. What should we have? At James Clark.
Yeah, I still see
Anything.
dislikes on videos.
I can sometimes, but
It depends on who it is, but
yeah.
well, they still have the option to turn it off, which is ahead anyway. So this is just so freaking like Corpse can still have likes on their video without having so many dislikes, destroying them.
Right. And honestly, I think really what it was is somebody got their fifis hurt and complained to YouTube.
Too bad.
Like, I'm getting more dislikes than likes. I don't want to see
Make
that.
better
Okay.
content then, bro. Easy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure YouTube is the one who was saying that. Our Rewind got the
YouTube
most
themselves
dislikes
with their
ever.
most
I mean,
disliked video ever. YouTube Rewind 2018. The most disliked video on YouTube.
What was it?
It's made by YouTube themselves.
Oh,
Yeah, the most disliked video on the whole platform.
did YouTube hurt? Did YouTube hurt its own feelings?
Basically. So they got rickrolled on Twitter once. Like literally, Twitter shows the video the video preview on Twitter now,
Mm-hmm.
just because YouTube itself got rickrolled. The YouTube Twitter account got rickrolled by some random person. Yeah, that is how it happened.
YouTube, why did you hurt your own feelings?
The fact that YouTube had causes so much drama that it can influence Twitter. Sheesh.
Well, I mean, it
Okay, I'm done.
it is very disconcerting to only see the likes that a lot of people who have been removed from YouTube and slip around and ban evade, and now all you're seeing is like how many people like this particular video, and because you know,
It's going to encourage more clickbait channels.
you know, if there's a dislike on one of our shows, it's like, okay, well, that person just didn't like it.
Well, yeah,
All right, whatever.
that's my stuff too, man.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, people should dislike my videos because I never upload.
Yeah, they thumbs down you because you just don't upload
I just take
enough.
too long to pump out content. Happens. I'll accept that. That's totally fine.
They're punishing you with thumbs down because you're not keeping your end of some bargain you made, or apparently.
Some bargain I totally made. Yep, because I totally get paid for this.
You promised us once a week.
I did say that.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, well now you're not keeping your end of the
Look.
bargain.
That's okay.
It's like, good luck trying to prove that.
I've been obsessed with an old game that I played a lot of when I was a bit younger, and I went back to it. So
I
can only
finally
make content on it though.
I finally bought one of the Lego games.
Nice.
I bought the and it was, I mean, it's a used copy. It was like $6. I bought the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
That's a good one.
It is. It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it follows the story and it still has the Lego humor. That's really good.
I guess well, obviously it was the only one they put out because it's like every movie up to that point.
Yeah.
I think.
It's
and
the first three.
No, this one goes to. What there was there five? There were five of them.
5th time, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this has got all 5 in it.
That's good.
So
Those are basically the main 5 you should watch anyway.
Well, right. Man, I haven't watched any of those in a long time. I mean, the first one is clearly my favorite. Didn't they do one without Johnny Depp?
I don't really know, man. I don't really keep up with that franchise.
I don't know. I'll have to dig into that later.
I'll stick to terrible Disney Star Wars.
I mean, you have to talk to Wanderer and I guess Hatman about Star Wars because I don't really keep up with it.
Happens.
I'll watch the first 3 and I'll stomach the next 3 and then that's it. I mean, I will say that the second trilogy had its moments. The saber battle at the end, towards the end of Phantom Menace, was excellent. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Jar Jar Binks can go die.
Duel of the Fates was such a great song in episode 1 that they reused it again in episode 3's fight. That was the song at the end of Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's the name of the song. John Williams, all the way.
Look who's nerding out now. But yeah, like all these little like mini series that they're making, and I mean everybody kept telling me I should watch Mandalorian, and I'm like, I don't know. I tend to stay away from Star Wars now that Disney got a hold of it. Because honestly, George Lucas could have kept it, made it up to a certain point, and then let it go. And if, you still wanted to do like books or, what have you, that's one thing. But the series would have needed to end at some point. Because to me, some franchises, it's like they're running out of good ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know that George Lucas handed Disney a script, like basically a rough draft script for new movies for 7, 8, and 9, and Disney threw it in the trash?
That does not surprise me because now that they own it, they're going to do it their way.
They did their own thing.
Right. The fuck with the man who brought it to life and basically carved out a massive mark in movie history. Yeah, the fuck with that guy. Let's just do our own shit and fuck it up. So it all goes back to my argument about remakes, more specifically the one that I loathe more than anything.
The one we keep talking about. The running gag of this show.
It's one of the many running gags of this show. I mean, we have my hatred and loathing of the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, and we have Wanderer's Sense of Time.
Yeah, and the thunder you call down.
Yes, and the summoning of the thunder. The thunder is apparently on vacation, so it's gone south for the winter.
Okay, I'm glad Thor's on vacation.
Yeah, I mean he was looking really ragged, man. He needed a break.
Yeah, hey man, Zeus.
Yeah, just like fuck this shit. We're going to Florida. Bye. Have a good time. Remember, this is an unpaid vacation.
Good times.
Indeed. And I hate Wanderer couldn't be here today. I know he's working right now, and I sent Doc the link in Discord, but I know he's heading back home after the holidays and everything.
Yeah.
So he may not be getting good reception or whatever whatever part of the road he may be on.
And Wanderer had a heart-to-heart with some of his friends. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I heard from him this morning. It was pretty nice. He's doing fine.
Well, that's good. He's been keeping me up to date with recent events lately. So,
yep. Wanderer, we wish you the best.
Indeed. That's what you go get him, Big Pimpin'. That's all I'm gonna say.
Big Pimpin'. Sheesh.
I mean, it's fitting at this point. It really is. So Hatman, what else has been going on with you? I saw recently you said something about having to go back into your office a few days a week.
Yes, I'm 3 days in, 2 days out. It's exciting. It wasn't so bad before because when I was on they moved our little segment or our little team to a different part of the building, and now I can't get signal on my phone, so I can't access shit when I'm in there. It's like being in a bomb shelter.
You think they did that on purpose?
It makes me wonder. Yeah.
And actually, are you gonna have? You're not gonna have a stream this week, are you?
Probably not. I think I'm going to see Tara this week.
Okay.
To be confirmed, but it seems quite likely.
And how is Mother Tara?
She's getting there. It's going to take her a few weeks to get back to anywhere near normal, but she's on the mend now, hopefully.
Well, that's good. Well, please send her my love, indeed. Hope she gets to feeling better soon. And apparently, Splicer had to disappear for a moment.
Oh, I'm here. Don't worry. I'm just muted, just because.
Oh, okay. I just looked in the private chat. So Splicer, what is new in the gaming stuff that you are up to these days?
Well, I have been obsessed with Smite, a MOBA. It's basically League of Legends, but I have like 1,600 hours just on my Steam account to this game, and it is an unhealthy obsession I've had for many years. But this year in particular, this season of the game has been really well for me. I've enjoyed it a lot more than previous years. So I just
So
need
so
to
this
practice
is
it.
this is an obsession. Should we find you some professional
It is
help,
a
sir?
healthy obsession. It is fine. It's
That's
also
that's how it starts. That's
it's
how it
also one of the
starts.
games that the esports team wants to do.
This is basically you saying I can quit whenever I want to.
Basically, yeah. So my YouTube channel is on hold because I wanted to enjoy playing Smite this week. All right, it happens. All right, my friends were all on. It was a good time. I
You're
just make the
you're
worst promises.
you're still having that. I see. I can quit whenever I want to.
I can
Moment.
quit whenever I want to. Totally,
Okay, then do it now.
I'll be fine.
You know, the first step is admitting that you have a problem.
It's only a let's see here. Playtime 1,631 hours.
Once again, the first step is admitting that you have a problem.
Achievements 204 out of 293.
I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
Yeah, it's just a fun game, competitive. Kind of a dead game, but also not a dead game. Had the highest player count it has in 7 years. Yeah,
You know me, I don't have the ability to play these games, so
yes, I know. We
I'm
will get there
surprised.
eventually. Do not worry.
I'm surprised that you haven't taken a cheap shot at me.
Nope, I'm not taking a cheap shot at you today. It's
Oh,
a special day for you.
Today gets me a pass.
That's right. It's also episode 87.
Okay, well, wait a minute. That should give me 2 passes, and I can save one for another week.
Okay. We'll delay the inevitable.
Don't make me summon the thunder.
So it's on vacation. You can't.
I can tell them there's an emergency.
All right. I've also
Um,
been ghost hunting with my girlfriend.
oh,
Doing
really?
a lot of ghost hunting with my girlfriend.
Whereabouts? Do
No,
you
it's
guys go
deep.
to like cemeteries at 3 o'clock in the morning?
No. It's phasmophobia.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, how about y'all actually go out and do it for real?
There's a haunted bridge near me. Yeah, this lady,
Indeed.
she threw her kids off into an oncoming train.
Oh my God.
Yeah, true story. And yeah, she then jumped off
That
after.
is some
Yeah,
that is some fucked up repugnant shit.
that is a true story that happened. It's like, let's see, like 2 minutes from my grandparents' house. That's a drive. Yeah.
Well, what is the legend of said bridge? What do they say happens, or
I
what do
can
they
look
say
it
you
up.
can hear?
I'm not gonna dox myself, but
Well,
I'll
no,
look
I'm
it
not
up.
asking you to do that.
Mm-hmm. All right, hold up. Look it up for you.
Just send me the link. Just send me the link to it. I'll read it.
That'll work too. I have to find it though. I don't know what it's called.
Haunted things. That's what you search for.
This might be it. Yeah, it is. Okay. Here's a link to you. I'll send it over the Discord.
All right.
Tis a fun time.
So, Hatman, I have to bring this up. You guys have not been doing too well the rest of this year.
I've got something to take care of. I'll see you later.
Okay.
I'm only picking at you, sir.
Unfortunately, it's things have happened too late to actually make much of a difference.
Y'all
that
moved
being
out
said,
of the bottom 3, right?
No, we're rock bottom now.
Oh God.
The only difference is, at least the last 2 games. I mean, it was Arsenal yesterday, so I mean, didn't really expect anything from that. But the performance was better, so that's good. And it was Brentford last week, which, I mean, it was a good performance against Brentford, but it was like 3-3, so it's not really ideal. Should have won that one, but it was like the first proper game with the new guy. So the next two are crucial because they're both down the bottom as well. If we don't beat those two, then I think we're dead. Doesn't matter what happens. I mean, it could be turned around in January. I mean, if they get someone in, but if we're still rock bottom in January, throw money at it for all it's worth. It's not going to matter.
Is it the bottom three in the Premier League that drop down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottom of that.
Ooh, yeah. Then the next several are very crucial. Definitely, at least try to get yourselves out of the bottom three.
If
I
I
can
get
check
6
the
points out of the next 9, 6 out of the next 9, I'll think that we have a chance, assuming results don't go against us elsewhere.
True.
the directions on this website are wrong. That's funny.
What? Oh,
On the one I sent you, yeah, I double checked it.
okay. Well, I mean, it's not like I can just hop in the car and drive over there.
True. But yeah, the description is correct though.
Okay.
What a time. Yeah,
And-
so like I've heard stories of like kids, they'll drive on top of the bridge. Like it's a bridge over some train tracks and it's a gravel road. Okay?
Right.
And it's like a valley where the train tracks go through. And it's a pretty short bridge. Point is, I've heard like stories where people will drive up to this bridge and they'll park their car, midnight, whatever, and if they fog up the windows with their breath, they can see like handprints and stuff, and that wasn't them that did it. And yeah,
Interesting.
pretty standard stuff. Like sometimes your car won't start, but that could just be car troubles. And
We ran out of gas.
There's been some people claiming that their doors would be like would try to be opened, but lock your door. So they try to pull you out.
That
Standard spooky scary stuff. I never really tried it myself, so can't tell you.
you should go do it.
Tell
Go
you
do
what
it.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave my doors unlocked. Get thrown off the bridge. What a fun time.
No, lock your doors. I mean, don't be a fool. Lock your doors.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It is that simple.
Good times.
So, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great. I went to my grandparents' house and we had, the standard turkey and all the goodness and the stuffing and the corn and the
Wait,
Very
did you
standard
just
Thanksgiving
did
dinner.
you just call it stuffing?
stuffing.
No, we call it it's dressing.
Go
So-
for it. You can call it dressing all you want.
That's well, it must be
Jokes on you. I didn't eat it anyway.
You did or you didn't?
I did not.
That's blasphemy.
I know. It's a pumpkin pie too.
I'm not a fan.
It was a bit mushy this time. Don't tell my sister.
Well, I'm sure she will not know about this episode, so your secret is
guarantee it.
safe here.
I know. Sheesh.
Just every time you think about it, it's just like, ugh.
No, it was a good time. See the whole family. Whatever. My family's pretty tight knit.
Did you watch any football?
It was on in the background. That doesn't mean I watch football.
Yeah. My boys from Oxford beat Mississippi State the other night by 10 points.
Woohoo!
And no, they almost fucked around and lost.
That happens a lot, though.
Well, I mean, last like 3.5 minutes of the game, Mississippi State was. I mean, they were in the red zone, and somehow, by the grace of God, they managed to stop them from getting the ball in the end zone before the time ran out. So yeah, I mean, I had to work that night, so I was asleep, but I caught the highlights after I got to work. So, but very, very good game. And Notre Dame walked all over Stanford yesterday. So
Nice.
I was pretty shocked. I was shocked that they just just ran and they were at Stanford, so that was pretty interesting to watch. And then the Alabama Auburn game yesterday, um, Alabama barely pulled that out. So, which I mean, yay, go team, whatever. But no, the Ole Miss Mississippi State game and the Notre Dame game were the two that I was more concerned about.
Yeah.
But so when are you going to start? When or are you going to wait and try to get over your addiction to Smite before you start uploading again?
I mean, I was kind of thinking about making more stuff again, like today. Kind of depends on what's going on with my friends this afternoon. Maybe I'll.
Why don't you stream this playing Smite?
I don't know, man. The problem, right, is that I tend to be a bit of a toxic gamer when it comes to that game in particular. So I'm good, thank you.
And we have another visitor.
You're right, guys. Sorry I'm late.
No problem. How are you?
I'm good. Spawn is asleep at last.
Just why can't you just go to sleep?
I mean, she's all right for the most part with it. It's more like she was out all day at Nan's. She went to the fair for the Christmas lights. She went on roller coasters. She went on the trampoline with the bungee cords and everything. I'm like, why aren't you sleeping? How are you not worn out? Like, you should be comatose by now.
That adrenaline gland kicked in is what happened.
Damn it.
That just a sudden shock to the system, and then it's just like it's over. They're gonna run around the house. It's just like,
True.
Hey, here's some paint and a paintbrush. You want to paint the house while you're so hyper? 2 hours later, the house is painted.
I mean, she would. She genuinely would. Like, only 6, but she's actually like really kind of good for all that sort of stuff. If I need help, she'll help me with it. She'll do lots of stuff. She's a kid that will give her last sweet away to someone, and every time we walk past someone and they're on their own or just it's them and one other person, she always has to give them a compliment. Always.
See, that's an excellent trait to have. Never meeting a stranger, because you never know. You can make somebody's day just like that.
Yeah, I like that, and I've said that to him. Like, you know what? That's really nice to do. It's like just compliment like that. Even if you just smile at them or something, you never know. You never know. That may be the one smile that person sees in a day, and it means a lot. So.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's one thing that I got from my dad is I never meet a stranger. You know, if you're just like walking past somebody, like just say like in the grocery store or something, and you just like, say, hey, how's it going? Something like that. You don't know what that could do to help that person,
Oh, yeah. I try, especially with lockdown and all that shit. But anyway, I just like barged in here. Sorry, what was back to the thing with Spicer?
I was just talking about what the plans were in the coming like weeks or so.
Ooh.
Well, because I've been obsessed with this one game that I have like a ton of hours in, but I don't
Animal
really think I can make content on it. No, it's not
Animal Crossing, isn't it?
No. Actually,
I thought that's what it was at first too, but I was totally wrong.
So Black Friday had some deals, right? I actually went and bought myself an OLED model Nintendo Switch.
Animal Crossing is in his future.
No, it's not. No, but my girlfriend does own it.
You'll end up playing it too.
She'll get you to play it to help her out with getting items and duplicating and all that sort of shit.
Oh man, I'll
your future's set.
No,
I can tell you something.
Play Breath of the Wild.
They have now got Nintendo Super Mario features that you can get. So you can get like the little pipes that transport you and all that sort of thing. So you can actually build like a Super Mario course in the game.
Nice.
Like there are cool things you can do that are outside of the norm of what the game was meant for. So if you look on YouTube at island hunts or things like that, people creating the entire island like an obstacle course, and you have to do everything in the exact right way or you are fucked.
like
like,
Super
that's
Mario
pretty
Maker
cool.
Worlds.
Yeah, like Super Mario Maker Worlds. And
Yeah.
like I think that's pretty cool aspect of the game if you've got it, but you don't want to play like the laid back vibes of making an island and making it all cute and kitsch or all that sort of stuff. You can just do random crap with it. It's quite fun.
Yeah. Widow Sun said I should stream this game, and I said no because I get too heated when I play it.
He
gets
starts saying gamer words.
Bro, I get that gamer rage, bro.
gamer rage.
Oh,
My
no.
girlfriend knows really well. She's sitting behind me right now.
I've never understood that. Like, I get a bit angry, but I don't get that.
Well, I don't like scream. Not always. It's just
No, my sister. You remember on the PS2, right?
of course.
So there was a game called Buzz Off,
Buzz off. All right.
and it was like a game show game, and you had controllers that you'd plug in, and there'd be 4 of them from one cable.
Oh, I
Big
remember
button,
that.
and then like color pattern choices to press to answer. And the host had like, the host had this like really big, almost like Johnny Bravo style hairstyle and everything. She lost that game, and it was me, her, and at the time her boyfriend. She beat him over the head with the remote.
Oh my god.
Buzz the Big Quiz. Is that what it is?
Yes, that.
Yes. Interesting.
Splicer's the kind of person when you mention anything, he's immediately going to start looking it up.
I do that
What
as
an
well,
interesting
though.
game this is. Oh, what? This is the oddest thing. The characters are a little all right.
Yeah.
Gonna go with that. I'm not even gonna say anything to that. Titillizing. All right, moving on.
Oh, you're just trying to negate the fact that you're going to end up playing Animal Crossing.
I'm not gonna play some. No, I'm not gonna play Animal Crossing.
Okay. All right. We'll
Mario Kart.
we'll give it a few weeks and we'll
Unlike
check
you,
back
noob,
with that.
I don't fall off Rainbow Road.
Son, I would take you to school on the Wii version.
Bro, I love the Wii version too. Easy.
I would kick your ass.
That'll be a fun stream.
What, watching me beat you?
Oh sure. Outside.
So Miss Vendetta, how has your channel been doing these days? I see you've been streaming quite a bit.
More often than me.
What?
More
I said
often
you.
than me.
I see you've been streaming quite a bit.
Oh no, I didn't hear what Splice said.
Oh,
I just said more often than me.
Probably. It's going good actually. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've been getting regular people coming to the majority of my lives, and like very rare, I'll get about 10 people, but it'll never just be me, which is like really amazing considering I've only been doing it like a month, and it's been really nice because like it feels like, because of the way the community is just starting, I've instantly had support and viewers and everything, which has been really fucking cool.
well, the last few streams you've done, I've actually been asleep because I've had to work. But when I see that you're on, I at least like try to go in and give you a like before I have to go to sleep.
Oh, thank you. Like, I was surprised. I actually get quite a lot of people watching my stream after I've gone live, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting it to be like really minimal views, but it seems like lots of people watch my stream after, like on playback, and I'm like, wow, that's really like, I wasn't expecting it at all.
And I bet your watch time is like shooting up.
God, I haven't checked it. I've not.
Oh man,
I've not bothered checking my analytics.
Because like when I hit my big break, I saw that watch time shoot up from the live streams. It was crazy. Super. It makes you so motivated to do more.
So
honestly, I don't really check mine that often.
Like, I haven't even done anything, and I'm still going off like the old uploads that did really well. So I'm still living off that.
Yeah, I've been I've been giving TGR a lot of watch hours too. I've been going back and watching a lot of the old Devil's Lettuce episodes.
Oh wow.
Never
It says I've got 359.5 hours watch time
Nice.
and 1.6k views.
That's right. See,
Wow.
there you go. Had 1,000 people tune in.
That's really
See,
that's very
think
strange.
of it in that perspective, and you feel better.
She's moving uptown. That's what she's
Exactly.
doing.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I've only been actively streaming a month. Maybe just over. And it says I've got 114 viewers.
There you go.
Cool. I should really check the analytics more often.
I need to get in that habit too.
Oh, you see, the problem is as soon as you stop, all the numbers and stuff go red. They're like, "Oh no, you're not doing as well as usual."
Yeah.
I think that's a scare tactic.
Probably is. It's like make more videos. Oh,
Upload.
Well,
now.
apparently, Susan Wojcinski did a nice little live with Anthony Padilla, right? And they had a nice little sit down together and he had a little chat with her.
oh yeah, don't you
And he
love
asked,
that?
is it true about if you don't go on the YouTubes often enough and you don't upload your videos every day and then it doesn't affect you in the algorithm? And like if a YouTuber does need a time off and have a bit of a rest, that they get shadow banned and all that. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, of course
Of
not.
course not. That totally doesn't happen to like everybody.
Yeah, even though it's like literally proven you cannot take even more than like a week off, or it does affect how you're placed in the algorithm.
It depends on what's being searched, but most of the time, yes. Like your videos will not show up unless you're making new content.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's bad.
Yep.
Like, she could have said, oh, not that we know of, or it shouldn't be. If it is, that's something we really need to look into because that's not what we want. But it is what they want. They want to punish you for not making the videos, because if you don't keep making the videos, you're not feeding the computer system. You're letting your viewers not watch stuff, so you're not getting their money for ads.
And remember, it's incredibly hard to talk to a genuine person at YouTube. Like
Yeah.
their Twitter account's the only way to reach them, and then it's usually just a PR statement.
Yeah.
So you have to like really. It really depends on like how many subscribers you have, how much influence, blah blah blah. Like it's
I mean, honestly, you would figure that YouTube would have some type of
built-in system like they used to.
Well, no, like I guess like a call center environment. Like if there's an issue, like
they have
where you could actually report stuff like to a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, they used to have like the built-in chat in like classic YouTube, like 2012 YouTube, but alas, got to go to Twitter now.
I've seen a lot of the Twitter responses.
Too much work to hire a decent-sized call center.
Well, what is it they found out? Can't remember what company it was, but they discovered that like this one company hires more people than all of YouTube in just one department.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's a bit fucked up because like, okay, granted, right? YouTube cannot hire enough people to watch every video. They've calculated if everyone stops if everyone stops creating YouTube content now, there is enough things on YouTube for everyone to watch something new every minute of every day for the next million years or something ridiculous like that.
For multiple lifetimes, yes.
Yeah, it's not possible for them to have someone review everything. Is it possible for them to hire a adequate team to work and do other parts and review as necessary when videos are asked for manual review. Yeah, especially now people can work from home and people own their own laptops and everything.
Mhm.
That's actually, that would, yes, you are correct. I
Like, they
mean,
wouldn't even need to build a new office to put everyone there. They can make sure they have people that speak the correct language to translate the video, and also they can do an analytic where whatever YouTuber you subscribe to, you cannot review their content to make sure there's no bias.
That works.
It is possible. It is entirely
possible.
feasible, but that would cut into their profit line.
I know, what a shame.
well, see, the other thing that's really messed up, and I know Hatman has had to deal with it quite a few times, and that's the strike system.
Oh God, yeah. I've already dealt with that twice now. I was watching a video from, I think, Schrodinger's cat, because he does like sovereign citizens and all that sort of bullshit. And in the video, it had like a video that was cut from cops, and I got insta-struck for that, even though I'd been talking throughout over it and everything, and still got me. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's not right.
Did they make you take it down?
I got given the option of cutting it out or muting it. So I opted to just mute that one bit.
How long was it?
Oh, it was like 5 seconds.
Okay, that's like nothing then. Who cares?
Yeah, it was a literal little snippet of the intro of Cops. That's it.
Like
Like,
the
it wasn't-
song?
Pretty much, but
Yeah, the
even
song would have been
wasn't there.
The song.
Bad boy.
Oh,
It was a scene of one of the policemen tackling someone to the ground in front of a squad car.
Oh, like
And that was it.
like the meme or whatever for it? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. And I was like, what the fuck, mate? Like, really?
Imagine getting caught by a meme.
Yeah, I had the option to just mute over that section, and they were happy enough with that, so I did that. I could have... It was restricted, not flagged. The way they did it, I could have left it as it was, and like... It apparently would have been fine, but I'm like, well, do you know what? I'm just going to play ball and cut it out because it's not going to affect the content itself, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's probably mostly just the music that gets it.
Make myself look like a respectable person, law-abiding citizen and all that.
I know. I want to stream the new broken Grand Theft Auto games, but like I'm so scared of the music copyrights. It'll just nuke the stream.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and GTA is not the same without the music. It's not.
that's true. Hatman, didn't you just get a strike removed recently, or didn't you just have one?
One's just dropped off literally this morning.
What happened? What happened with that one?
YouTube decided they didn't like a home videos kind of clip where some kid fell off his bike and hit his head. They said that qualifies as child endangerment.
Oh, that's hilarious.
At least
They
that's what I
obviously
assume it
haven't
was.
seen America's Funniest Home Videos.
Mate, it's the parents' fault if they're not going to put a fucking helmet on their kid's head. It ain't your fault that they did that and then uploaded it.
Apparently it's your fault for some other kid's child endangerment. Whack.
Like
parents
you
are
answer for why
shit.
these people didn't give them a helmet.
Exactly.
Are you
Why
part of
did
the?
those
Logic.
parents upload it to the internet? How dare they?
Oh man. Yeah, that's
dare
the
you.
big thing, is that the parents uploaded it to the internet because they thought it was funny. Oh,
They
man.
know you're the devil, and thus you ultimately created the scenario that made the parents meet, that made them create the demon spawn to then fall over. So they know it's all your fault.
Yeah, my
For
PR team
shame.
sucks.
So it was just that one little clip that.
Well, YouTube doesn't tell you, unless it's like an audio clip, something which is copyrighted, they don't tell you what the issue is. They just say it's been flagged for this violation, but they don't tell you what the timestamp is. They don't tell you anything else. I figured it was one of 2 or 3 possible things, and so I uploaded them onto sock accounts ultimately, and only one of them got taken down. So yeah. But the thing is, they took it down on the alternate account, but they didn't hit me a strike on that one. They just said, "Oh, we the message came to us. Oh, you may not have realized it, so we haven't given you a penalty strike at this point." So why didn't you fucking do that on my main channel, you utter twats?
I think I got
appealed it.
something like that.
And they appealed it because they take down the entire stream, so it was like 3 hours of stream. So they took it down, I appealed it, and then they hit me with a strike after the appeal. So like, fuck you. I was not impressed with the at Team YouTube handle.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do.
No, there's plenty you can do. You can stop being such dicks. And still the only time that any episode of the show has been hit was 2 years ago. It was about a year or 2 years ago, and Doc and I watched these, like, it was a wrestling compilation somebody had made, and they flagged both of them that we watched, and I just let the algorithm remove it. But I'm like, but of course it's Vince McMahon, so he's gonna.
Yeah.
Vince is not gonna let you use his content for free.
There's
Damn
a
it.
lot of channels that have to play it super careful with WWE content.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, like basically it's like muted, just showing the basic clip, or they can show like what's the word? The promo of them talking for a second.
Yeah, but there was that girl that got away with literally running a channel. All she did was reverse the image.
Yeah.
And then like tweak the color saturation a little, and avoided copyright strikes for ages. And she was just sat there watching anime, and that was it. Not talking, just occasionally laughing, or like as it was a tense, like just watching normally. And
free content.
yeah,
there you go.
she got away with it all, and loads of people were just watching her instead of subscribing to Crunchyroll or insert whatever anime streaming site here.
And what's funny is that they could literally download the video and then mirror it again, and watch it at least in proper format.
Like, it's bad, and like that was fine, but loads of people got strikes for talking about her doing it and all this random ridiculous stuff, and I think it became a big thing. I can't remember if Crunchyroll were going to sue her or not.
Was the audio tweaked at all?
Probably not.
Wow. Because like especially like anime music gets flagged by YouTube hard. So like I said, music is very, very difficult to use on YouTube.
Yeah. I wonder now.
Like there's some videos where I've just sacrificed, just like take the claim just because it's worth the song. Because I'm not making money on this anyway, so I don't need to make money on it ever.
I mean, I'm not even monetized yet, so it's no bother for me.
Yeah, so just freaking use the fun track, just have a fun video, and just know that you won't make money on it later when it's ready.
Yeah. Oh, what were their names?
I mean, I would certainly like to use music for the show, but
there's a large library you can get from.
Well, I mean, like, you know, I'm talking about like actual like songs that like I enjoy and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it's like you're putting it up on a public platform. Why don't you let them just, you know, use it? You're making enough money off of it as it is.
That TikTok uses their system.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how TikTok has a better copyright system than YouTube.
I think I was on TikTok maybe less than a day.
It's probably because the clips aren't long enough to be flagged by like an algorithm or.
I'm just YouTube is just more.
Yeah.
It's more mentally stimulating to me. Like I can go and like actually watch things that instead of just like a 15 or 30-second video of somebody like doing insert random act here, you know. um or no, don't, because that could be bad. That could get us canceled. We've already been canceled once. So
Good times. I wasn't there.
you were here.
What? Oh yeah, you're right. That one.
Yeah. I mean, it just happened like, at the start of the show. Where the hell were you? I was playing Smite. See? Just admit you have a
I haven't played Smite today yet.
Yet being the operative word.
That's right, dude. On the grind. Play some ranked.
I mean, I will give YouTube credit for something. Like, honestly, I mean, I have streaming services and I'll watch movies and all of that on there. But I really spend a lot more of my time on YouTube watching like actual content that I can't watch like on TV about, documentary wise, or a lot of the some of the channels I've been watching lately are these guys that review like disturbing content and like gore videos and stuff. Like obviously they can't show them, but they're like talking about like the backstory behind them and where they came from and things like that.
They at least inform you about the content, and if you really wanted to see it.
Yeah, right. I mean, basically, and they'll even tell you, been like, look, I'm not recommending you go and look this up, but if you do, that's on you.
It at least exposes people to that kind of real stuff.
Right. But it's like, YouTube is just kind of like a lot of the true crime and, things like that. It's like they're almost like they don't want to monetize these channels. They want to take them down. They really want to censor their content and everything. Like, as long as they're not actually showing what's going on, leave them alone.
Or be like Lemino and just make freaking everything from scratch. No? Do you know who Lemino is?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he makes like the animations, he makes the music, he does it all. And it's really good, well-crafted content about true crime.
Send me a link to that channel.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. His search for DB Cooper video got a ton of views.
Oh, God, I can't. I've heard that.
You know about the case, yeah.
11
million views.
I've heard that story many, many times over the years.
Yep. Here's the whole thing. Yep. Great thumbnail too.
But I don't like the fact that they're trying to get rid of those channels. One that I watch is called Plagued Moth. And I think I don't know if he may have lost like monetization like on some of his videos, I think, or probably quite a few of them. But he like mostly has like things like on Patreon, which he's got some documentary series on there that I've actually been considering subscribing to so I can watch them. But yeah, I don't get a lot of what they're attempting to do or like what the end game is really. Like the whole removal of the dislike thing is a prime example. Like, what's the end game with this? Why not just take away the like and dislike feature altogether? If you're going to take away one, why are you not going to screw with the other?
Well, dislike's not gone per se. It's still there. Just apparently only the YouTuber can see how many people disliked it. To stop other people seeing how badly people dislike the video and publicly embarrass them or something, I don't know. Like, insert random weird reason. It's meant to be to stop bullying and all this stuff, but
it's mostly the companies that get bullied though online.
I don't think they did a good way around it. Like, it's fine having people's choice of, like, you should give them the choice of people having like and dislike or just like button, or go back to the 1 to 10 feature.
True.
So then you could say, like, okay, I quite liked it, but not a lot. So it's not the same.
My response to that was, if they're supposed to be protecting small creators, there should be a threshold. Once you pass it, you should have dislikes again, since you're not a small creator anymore.
I mean, I'm not sure if it was just for small creators or not. Like,
that's what they claimed on their public Twitter feed.
For real?
It was for protecting small creators. We're gonna remove the public dislike thing. Okay, cool. So
but
have
the
a threshold.
dislike button doesn't negatively affect you in the algorithm because it's all engagement.
Yep, all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, so even if you got ratioed and like 100 people came and disliked your video for whatever fucking reason, that's still going to boost you in the algorithm. Is it going to boost you now or not?
Who knows? They said that people are less likely to dislike a video if no one else can see it, which is true. Because there's no point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
they had some internal testing, quote unquote. I want to see the results, but
yeah, absolutely.
Share that. They're like, on videos that had the dislikes turned off, there were less dislikes. Wow, crazy. Imagine.
I mean,
yeah, I can still see my dislikes.
Yeah,
I can see them on some videos and some not. I don't really. The whole situation just confuses me. I mean,
like I said, should be a reason to make better content if you're getting dislikes.
Well, I mean, even so, I mean, there's always going to be people that don't like it, regardless.
Yep, your goal is to get the majority of them. Good luck.
What can I do to change your mind?
That's hilarious. Every video I've talked about Shani and Revon, I always get 2 dislikes.
Wow, crazy.
I know.
Gee, I wonder who
Shani and Rev for doing it.
Yeah, I keep up a little bit here and there with it. Mostly when I see the stuff, I'll watch the, like, I can deal with Rev's videos really, but as far as she goes, I'm just like, oh God, just shut your goddamn mouth. Please. I mean, that Thanksgiving video of hers was just fucking atrocious.
Quite a character, I will say.
No, that's not a character. That's fucking reality.
Oh, I don't know. They're a shit show. They really are.
I think honestly that's being nice about it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot more choice words I'd like to say about them. I think they're lying completely about absolutely everything. And like, guy called Draven's Crypt actually made a really good point that I hadn't even thought of. All of us are talking about the heaters.
I love his channel, by the way.
He's really good. I really like him. He pops by my channel sometimes as well, which is really nice because
I've been watching him a little bit here and there, and the streams that I have watched, I've really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, like he made a great point of, why didn't you show both of them at the same time? It's like, oh shit, yeah, like we're trying to prove they're both there, but you've not shown both of them together.
Okay, I have a theory. And if you want to look into this theory, please do so. But I remember the video of where G-Man was showing the heaters. Now, the first one that he showed was in front of a purple wall.
Yeah.
Okay. He puts it down. He leaves, walks around for a minute, and goes to show the second one. Now, there is the possibility that there is more than one purple wall in like the paint is purple in like multiple rooms. There is
What
that
is it? The purple
possibility.
walls just outside the door threshold, isn't it?
Right. But then when he showed the second one, it was in front of a purple wall.
Hmm. I'll give it a double take. So I thought it was in front of a yellow wall and there was a purple wall by it. But my memory is always really shit. So
from what I can tell, it was there were two purple walls.
yeah. And the other thing, how do we know they didn't always have them? Because yeah, Shani had a blanket on and like all that wrapped up, but I have heaters and I still do that. Only when someone said like, "Oh, are you cold?" did she magically start saying, "Oh yeah, I'm cold. We've not got any heat." And then they started begging, and I'm like, "Did they just do that on the fly, or did they really need heaters? Did they always have heaters, or what?"
I mean, I know it gets covered a lot, but I'm going to tell you, Sir Hatman's the little coverage of him that he did was very, very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because I was relentlessly mean?
Do what?
Is that because I was relentlessly mean?
Truth. The word I use is truthful.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, that's
why
I love your stuff, like Hatman. What got me onto you was your video to Von Houten on Father's Day, and I'm like, yeah, I like this man.
Sir Hatman is a good friend, and he's been my mentor when I started doing this. So I owe the gentleman a lot. I really do. Our friendship is certainly based on respect for each other. Well, for the most part.
Yeah, I keep letting him think that.
It was
don't tell him the
truth. But yeah, his if you haven't watched his, how many did you do? 1, 2?
I think I covered Vaughn probably twice. I think I didn't really give Vaughn too much attention. Same with Shani and Rev. I think I only did them like for a couple of videos in the stream where they just happened to hit those railroad tracks when I was streaming, so I stayed with that one. But beyond that, I don't really much coverage.
Oh, Hatman, do you want to know something weird that I learned about the railway track thing? Because this really confused me. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the railway tracks in America aren't as like tall as our ones.
Yeah, they're a different gauge. I think it just kind of depends as to whether or not. Because I think some of them they embed them and they build up the track sides, and some of them they don't. It's kind of like here, really. Sometimes they build up the tarmac.
Like when she lifted it up, I was like, "Oh my god!" She actually lifted it up off that massive like verge. That's really fucking like what the hell. Only if we told like, yeah, no, it's only a couple of centimeters. I'm like, wait, what? It's not a couple of inches. You sure? Like, no, it's only little. I'm like, oh, definitely less impressive then.
Yeah, it's like that joke. It's like, yeah, women think that this is 6 inches. It's like, yeah, that's why they keep hitting the curb. I don't want you laughing with us. You don't have to admit it.
Don't pull me into your twisted mind game, sir.
I'm not gonna pull you in any capacity, mate. Don't worry.
So it doesn't need to pull you in. You jump in head first willingly.
Well, guys, I think we are going to go ahead. We're going to wrap up a little early today, but I do want to thank everybody for coming by. Miss Vendetta, thank you for coming. Sir Hatman, thank you, sir, for coming by as well.
Sure. It was a fun time.
Before you finish up, I just want to say thank you so much, Hatman, for dropping by my lives recently. Like, I was like, when I saw you in the live, I was like, yay!
He's definitely a lurker, but he makes his presence known.
Yeah. Oh, that made me really happy seeing like bigger people in my lives. I'm like, oh my god, yay!
Yeah. I bounce around a lot of streams. Depending on who it is, I may or may not reveal my presence. There are some people I don't want them to know I'm watching.
He made his presence known a couple of weeks ago. We were streaming on a Friday because of my work schedule, and he sniped us for just a little while. We had Jake on, and
I remember that. So I was watching Hatman, and then we started streaming. He started sniping you.
Oh, I mean, I knew he would. So I mean, there's no point in telling him not to. So
Well, you did give me permission in writing.
Well,
It's in my DMs.
I will.
You have
That is true.
Got him, dude.
Just covered.
So no stream from you this week, sir?
Probably not. I'll probably know better by Tuesday if I'm going to do one or not, but unlikely.
Miss Vendetta, what about you? Are you going to be streaming later today?
Not later today. It's like 10 o'clock now. Going to go to bed because I've got to be up for spawn for school tomorrow. Tuesday, I've got to go to London for doctor's appointment, so maybe Wednesday.
All right. Splicer,
Hey, you might be surprised. We'll see.
well, all right, guys. The next,
or I will make Dragnot mind control you into playing Animal Crossing relentlessly for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
I'll do it.
the next show we Splicer, you and I'll have to discuss after we wrap up here in just a minute. But I will post it on Twitter and in the Discord, so everybody be watching that. So we will have that posted here probably within the next day or two. So, guys, I want to thank everybody for stopping by in the chat today. Rigzilla, Miss Vac, I saw you. But yes, thank you everyone so much, and I do appreciate all the kind words and everything today, and this has definitely made it a lot better. So I do want to thank everybody again. But we will be announcing the next show soon, so everyone be watching that. So we'll let you know. But but until then, my friends, as always, peace be with you.